Hello, welcome to episode 95 of No Holds Barred Pod. That is Sal Dodgson.
And that's Don McGowan. Well done, Don. We got through it. Nice to see you all, everybody. Even though we can't, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, and that was about the fourth take to get started, so that's why we're trying to hold our breath and not laugh. So yeah, welcome back.
It's nice to laugh though, isn't it?
Yeah, for the short time until
kind of thing.
until we start talking about some more serious subjects. But yeah. So welcome back. We have put out a couple of episodes this last week. If you've been paying attention, if you follow us, you'll have notifications as well. If you don't, like, share, subscribe, etc., then you'll get notifications when we post new episodes. Today's episode,
just to hit the little love button.
Exactly. It doesn't cost you anything, doesn't take any time. We put out an episode of discussions, or this sort of series where we invite a guest along. We had Dan Hatton on this week, who's from a news agency, a new exciting new project, which he's smiling because he's part of it now.
Another good egg. Yeah,
definitely. A genuine good non-partisan news service that we're working on. So check that out. Check out our website, noholdsbarredpod.com, for absolutely everything else. Got everything on it. I'm really doing well.
Got fabulous new T-shirts, which I hear are selling like hotcakes.
We have sold a few, yeah. We've sold upwards of 9 so far. So, yeah, that's all right then. Yeah, it's definitely a start. And I put a new item on yesterday, a new summer. I'm doing the summer range. So I started with like a vest tank top yesterday with our logo on it. So that's available now. And I will put some.
You put a new range, you say? This is news.
The
problem is that it's a wife beater.
Yeah, it's a tank top. I like them. But they're not all going to be in the tank top range. I'm going to put some more summery vests and stuff on as well. So,
how many lady fitted tops do we have done?
We have got quite a few. Well, I mean, the t-shirts are unisex.
T-shirts, lady fitted tops.
Okay, I can do that. There are some.
Thanks.
We can do that. I will happily do that. I just went with the unisex ones at the beginning, but yeah, more than happy.
Because you're a fan of string vests, it's not all about you.
I wouldn't go that far. Yeah, I'm going to go to London tomorrow for my brother's 50th birthday in a string vest and a tied hanky.
With a Union Jack. Don't forget your Union Jack.
It's that 6 years I spent living in Leeds. That's what did it for me.
Bit of news on that. That, which I think is quite interesting.
What's that?
There are more pointless demonstrations happening tomorrow on County Road.
Oh, is there?
And this time, Stand Up to Racism and Women Against the Far Right have decided not to counter it.
That's good.
Which is very interesting, because that was my suggestion at the last meeting.
I was about to say, you were talking about that last time.
Let him get arrested and let's see what happens. Now, if it goes to shit, it wasn't the right decision, but I think it's worth a shot.
I think so. Let them shout themselves into a frenzy and get nicked, hopefully. So,
yeah. They don't need any help from us.
No, exactly. So, fingers crossed. I see, talking of twats, I don't know. Ryan Bridges fled the country, hasn't he?
Well, not to Spain, he hasn't, has he?
No, he won't be to Spain, no, being as he's wanted
Turkey's
there.
my guess. He's probably getting another whitening of his nag teeth.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I saw something yesterday of him sort of, apparently he'd gone through the customs bit and he said the guys with the machine guns pulled him aside. And like, yeah, fuck off. Everyone gets pulled aside. They checked your passport. And apparently they said, oh, you keep going, son. You're doing a great job, basically. It was like, oh, God, things that
it was like yesterday's
happened.
Episode of Things That Never Happened. Yes.
Exactly. So,
it's amazing. I went into St. Helens earlier to buy a birthday card. 15 men came up to me and told me I was the most beautiful woman on the planet. Can you believe it?
See, I can believe that. That's within the bounds of reason.
Not in St. Helens, it isn't.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, Ryan Bridges thing is not believable. But Yeah, I mean, it's quite convenient timing for him, being one of his mates is on trial for murder, and one of his mates was up on trial yesterday for possessing images of children on his computer.
Material.
Yes, exactly that. So, yeah, which he claimed in the week he'd never met him. He never really knew him, and then everyone posted about 1 million pictures of them together,
God,
hugging,
so stupid.
him at dinner with him. I know, it's just mad, isn't it? It's like it's like dogs, isn't it? If you cover their eyes, they think, or they hide their head, they think you can't see them. Yeah, it's like that, isn't it? It's like, oh no, this never happened. I'm just putting my head down. Yeah,
let's not compare him to dogs though, because they're lovely and intelligent.
Yeah, dogs are nice.
They don't sound half as annoying, even when they're barking.
Very true. They don't put up really irritating flags on lampposts. So, yeah, we rambled a bit there. Well, I'll just talk about the website, but yeah, that's all done. Patreon, yeah, join us on Patreon as well if you want our weekly chats and community online chat group, and what else do we do? Oh, early episodes, bonus stuff. It's all there. Patreon.com/no-hold-barred. Whoa, see, I can't do it. No Holds Barred Pod. It's just the name of the podcast, but yeah.
Should we just rebrand to the pod? I don't think
I know we said that
yet.
last week. I'm going to have to check it out. I'm going to look it up. Anyway, I will sort that out. I will put my teeth
back in. Make your intro easy.
Yeah, it would be making, yeah. I'd have to rebrand everything.
That would just have to go to NHB.
Yeah, I do use that as a shorthand for something, but yeah, maybe once we're better known, we can just be NHB.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, let's stop rambling. You've got some slightly hard wearing stuff to start with, I think, haven't you?
I do.
We'll crack on with that. And
it's in. Oh, just let me get my jobby up. Okay, just turn the volume off on the phone. I forgot to do that.
All right, got a message.
There have been some new files released in America pertaining to MKUltra.
Yeah.
Now, I talk about it a bit because it's literally an origin story of why we're where we are now.
Right. That makes sense.
But it's also to understand it and the implications it's had since is fucking devastating. And maybe it's just because I'm hypersensitive and burnt out, but I struggled to get my head around this when I first found out about it, which is over a decade ago now, because it explains so many things. Because what MKUltra is essentially a furtherance of Operation Paperclip.
That's right.
Where at the end of World War II, the Americans went and found all the Nazi labs and all their workings and experimentations and findings and files, and they then recruited 1,600 of their scientists and took them over to America.
Yeah,
to carry on with these mind experiments, essentially, is what they are. What's it saying there? It was psychological torture, essentially, under the theory of research, under the auspice of research.
Yeah, using
Except
a lot of
it was just pure torture.
Drugs and all that sort of stuff as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was essentially a CIA program.
It was, yeah.
That created, among others, Charles Manson, Whitey Bulger, and the Unabomber Theodore Kaczynski. They weren't psychopaths until they went into MKUltra.
I didn't know Manson was part of that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they even ran it in youth prisons.
Yeah.
And they were giving these kids like 10 times a regular dose of LSD just to see what would happen, and then pumping like audio in just to make them go crazy, and hundreds of thousands of people. Well, it will be hundreds because it knocks on, doesn't it? Because if your parents are ill, you're going to be ill,
definitely,
as we know.
Yeah, without doubt.
And it's the butterfly effect of evil. But yeah, so these new documents have come out because for me, I talk about it a bit, and most people I speak to about it have never heard about it, and it sounds wild.
Oh, it's crazy sounding, isn't it?
But what's, for me, the problem with it is that we are existing off the back of their findings years ago. And when I say that, I take you back to, I appreciate it's fictional, but the Mad Men program.
Yeah. Okay.
About the marketeers in the 60s. Persuading everyone to smoke and all the rest of it. This is what that is. Everything we watch when we're being targeted online to buy stuff and part with our money comes off the back of all their findings.
Yeah, I can see that.
It was literally about it was a human control experiment.
Yeah.
They were trying to figure out how they could best condition people on a mass scale.
Yeah.
And it was an absolute unmitigated disaster. And these papers have since come out because it was running from 53 to 73, 20 years.
Yeah, it was a long time. Yeah, they did a lot of work.
A lot of the paperwork was destroyed to cover, for cover-ups. But it's all out in the open now, and it's currently Anna Paulina Luna in the States is basically leading the charge to compensate people because it's just so fucking evil. But it's literally why we're where we are now. Because they figured out how to disrupt people and how to split them into tribes and get them fighting against each other.
Yeah.
And it's not even... I'm going to guess it's not going to make any front page newspapers anywhere.
No, unlikely, isn't it?
And it's literally the reason the Western world is on its fucking knees. Because of these evil bastards doing this. The same people who are still in power now.
Yeah.
Effectively.
Yeah. It's a funny one, MKUltra. I remember reading about it years ago, back in the olden days of like the internet at work and stuff in the 90s. And I used to get a bit bored and you'd just go off and like search up conspiracy theories or something. And it was always painted as this big conspiracy theory, wasn't it? It wasn't true. It was just these hypothetical, LSD experiments. And then they did lots of films, and the John Ronson book, The Men Who Stare at Goats and all that, made it into like a comedy. But you're right. It's fucking horrific, the shit they did with the people down there. It's just pushing people to death. Sorry, there's a fly doing my head in. Pushing people into death to see how far they could go with these drugs and with the conditioning and all that shit. Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
But it came out of this conspiracy theory, which most people didn't really know or believe, and now it's been proven to be true.
Even the term conspiracy theory, I now make a point of saying to people, okay, so a conspiracy is when a group of people work for one aim together. It could be anything. The people in my local chippy are conspiracists of making food. But that's what a conspiracy is.
Literally.
It's like a flock of seagulls. It's a plurality.
Just a group of people planning something, basically.
Yeah. And a theory is when you suspect something without proof, right? So what we've got, a conspiracy theory, is just some people are doing something and we suspect it's this. Except we all hear conspiracy theory and immediately go, oh, what a load of nonsense. It'll be rubbish because it's far too far-fetched. That could never... Because we've been conditioned to literally believe that's what conspiracy theory means, and it isn't.
Yeah, fair enough.
It is in and of itself a part of the problem. Or am I going mad because it's like literally making my head hurt talking about this because of my history of psychological manipulation.
Yeah,
I can't fucking bear it.
That's the thing, isn't it? And what you're saying, the link and like rolled on into sort of where we are now.
It's everywhere and everything.
The conspiracy theory is something that I think in most people's heads they would go, oh, JFK, or people think the moon landing didn't happen, or whatever.
It's just an unfounded theory.
Outside the bound. Yeah, but in most people's heads, I think they would say it's something that's outside the bounds of reality, but could possibly have happened, right? But what you're saying is absolutely true, and yeah, it is. It's just talking about something. Yeah,
is a very founded, proven, evil conspiracy.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to go, we should hear evil conspiracy and go, oh. That should be our reaction to that.
Yeah.
Except literally nobody in the Western world does that anymore because we're so conditioned.
Yeah, it's just used to it and conditioned into it. Yeah.
And they learn how to condition us from that.
Yeah.
It's baffling.
As I said, I used to read bits about it, and that was before like you had all this kind of like access to everything that we do now. And some of the stuff I read back in the 90s was like, oh my God, I mean, this can't possibly be real. You'd be like, oh, this is the thing. You can't think what would possess people to put a human being in a situation that you wouldn't even put a rat into, fill them full of drugs, to literally put them in mazes, put them in padded cells with fucking flashing lights, whatever the evil stuff they did, but they did it, and then it kind of went on from that, and it became a bit more mainstream for a while. I think the Stanford prison experiment being like one of the most well-known examples of where they pushed things too far. And there was another one where I can't remember the name of it, where they got people to electrocute each other and see how far they would push their electrocution levels up, and this was all happened in the 60s and early 70s before someone realized, I don't think they didn't stop this stuff, but they just stopped telling people they were doing it. And then it kind of went quiet, didn't it, in the 80s and 90s, and now we're sort of finding out much more about it.
It's quite interesting because I talk a lot, well, not a lot, but there's a guy in the 50s in America who, I'm going to say his name was Maya. I'm just going to double check it was.
Okay.
Who I talk about, who did a very horrible but progressive experiment on dogs.
Okay.
Why am I getting tweeted that? And often when I talk about it, people go, "Oh God, that's a horrible thing. Why would you ever do that?" But if that was in the middle of MKUltra, which was deemed acceptable at the time, then what he did though was sort of the opposite of what they're doing. Get me?
Got the name right. So what was it?
It was 67. It was experiments by psychologists Martin Seligman and Stephen Meyer at the Positive Psychology Center. They introduced the concept of learned helplessness, which is what I suffered from for the longest time because I didn't even know what it was. And it's where somebody believes, because they've been conditioned, that they cannot help themselves, even though to anyone else they look perfectly capable. That person is like frozen. It's not a choice. And what they did, they got like a load of dog cages, and half with dogs in. Half of the dogs got electrocuted like every so often against the clock. And I don't know that it was long and tedious, but they got like
a buzz. Shock.
Just throwing coffee down myself again. Still standard. And then and then after they'd like terrorized the electrocuted dogs, they opened all the cages so that all the dogs could run away. And all the dogs that weren't being electrocuted but were watching the other dogs being electrocuted fucking scarpered. The dogs that were being electrocuted were too terrified and couldn't fucking move.
Too scared. Right.
And that's how they proved that learned helplessness is an actual neurological issue. It's not people just being fucking lazy. Their nervous systems are broken and shattered.
Yeah, that completely makes sense. Horrible as it is, it completely tracks.
That's what I'm talking about, horrible American experiments.
Yeah, definitely. I was just looking on the Hill, the American politics website, and it says a former CIA officer on Tuesday said that he does not believe that the agency's research on individuals through Project MKUltra ever stopped. Tracy Walder, it says.
No, I've got Jason Watson.
But then they talk about Representative Anna Paulina Luna, who you just mentioned, who's a Republican, but has led the push to reveal more about the program, which started under former CIA Director Alan Dulles' order in 1953. Alan Dulles was an absolute fucking horror show. He was the one that potentially was sort of led up to Kennedy assassination. He was a real nasty piece of work, Dulles.
Healthy people don't behave like that. That's just
they don't. Yeah, it's horrible stuff. Yeah.
The lunatics are still running the fucking asylum.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just wanted to bring everyone's attention to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The more people understand that we're literally living in an insane psyop, the sooner we can get out of it.
Yeah, break free from it.
And towards the end, I'm going to come on to it, but as horrific as that all is, I mean, it makes me want to go and tear my own stomach out. But I do feel like things are shifting, but I'll talk about that towards the end.
In a positive way.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Well, that's good. I hope so. So, yeah, it'll be nice to sort of finish up with something positive. But yeah. So, what do you want to move on to next?
Oh, you do something.
Oh, let's talk about reform because you know, because it's
dying.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we obviously talk about them every week because they're newsworthy and
because we're trying to kill them.
Yes, exactly. We're trying to see them off. Feels
well, actually.
Exactly what I was about to say. Feels like it's actually working. This week, or last week rather. No, it's Friday, isn't it? This week, the great sort of defend Nigel Farage campaign has kicked off in earnest because after his catastrophic media round last week, which was, I think, the start of the pitch rolling for this, because as we said, I think on the last step that he's probably knows now that he's getting a suspension. Interestingly, loads of not regular sort of defenders of Farage have been out. Aaron Banks has been mobilised. He doesn't come out very often, but he's been full on for the last 2 days. Yeah, Agent Banks. Yeah, he's been properly at it for the last 2 days, really going hard on defending Nigel Farage.
It's not easy for him because he's got no legs to stand on, has he? So.
Yeah, very true. Very
Tricky.
True. Yeah, Tim Montgomery was on Politics Live, kind of dropped him in it again. Basically said he's never going to get stopped asking this question. He needs to front up and answer it, which is not great. So, being as how Montgomery kind of works for Farage now, who did we have on the week? Oh, Raheem Kassam, who we mentioned last week as well. He came at me on Twitter this week because he's yeah.
Yeah, he didn't bring his full intellect to the table, though, did he, really?
He didn't. He just did what
he called you an ableist slur.
Yeah, he did. I mean, that's just... And then he got absolutely piled on for that, rightly so, because it's just horrible. And then he did what they all do and put a photograph of me. I'm like, yeah, well done. That's my profile picture. And I managed
a badge?
Yeah, exactly. I said, I'll send you a signed copy if you just drop me your address below. And he said, you've done nothing worthy of signing anything. And then said some other horrible slur. But then I just left it. And then he was obviously waiting for an argument, but he's still waiting there, hopefully. So he's such a dickhead. Anyway, yeah. So, but interestingly, very few MPs, only Danny Kruger has been out defending Farage this week. No one else has mentioned Farage's 5 million. Danny Kruger basically. Tice has said a few things, but not really that much about Farage. He's been busy on X, but not really so much on Farage. And Danny Kruger came out and painted him as this victim in the week, saying, everyone's putting him at risk by talking about the fact that he's got 7 houses. What?
At risk?
Yeah.
At risk of what? A McFlurry?
Well, exactly.
Shit.
And they keep saying he's the most attacked politician in British history.
He's alive, so that's nonsense.
Exactly. Joe Cox and David Amos immediately spring to mind. And so that can get fucking in the bin, that excuse. But yeah. I heard...
I'm just...
Yeah,
sorry, I was just looking because I don't know. Right. What's Oakeshot's position?
Oh, she's been very quiet, or at least maybe she's blocked me. I haven't seen her for ages. She used to reply to me, Isabel, quite a bit. Isabel.
Is she still on X?
No, she hasn't blocked me. Oh, no, she got hacked, didn't she?
Did she?
She's reposted stuff from July the 1st. Oh, no. She hasn't posted anything of her own, it doesn't look like, for a long time. She's been reposting. No, June 24th was the last time she wrote anything. But she did get hacked. She lost control of her account briefly for a few days, I think in May. So maybe she's being a bit wary about that. But
yeah, whatever.
Maybe she fell for one of these fucking DMs that I get constantly. I got one from, do you know Candice Holmes, who's on Twitter?
She's been hacked.
Yeah, I got a message off her this morning. Hi, I hope everything's good with you. I've been nominated to be a community journalist. Oh, it's just nuts. People stop clicking on these fucking links that we get sent. Anyway, where were we?
Instagram one, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just I'm just talking of X. Reform UK's official Twitter account this afternoon has put out, "We are delighted to have the support of Mr. Gandahari." Interesting that one.
They're going public with that now, are we?
Well, they have to, because everybody knows that the Iranian family, Gandahari family, have been bankrolling him for a while, and they paid
What about
50
Al
grand.
Bill?
Sorry?
Isn't he going to get into trouble? Isn't Al Bill going to get into trouble?
What was his name? Bill?
Bill and his 8 companies.
Yeah,
he's like
he's a church warden that lives in some just a normal kind of house somewhere.
Shoes and clothes and does building and property maintenance and
has an architecture firm,
spider catching and whatever the fuck.
Yeah, he was the front man for the Gandaharis for a long time, until I think one finance guy started pointing it out, as did I. But it looks like they've had to go public with it, and they've got a community note already saying Sasan Gandahari's family trust paid £50,000 for Farage's Davos trip in January. That's
because he hates WEF so much.
Yeah, exactly. He was actually at it. That's funny. They've had to put out they're going hard on the kind of propaganda stuff, aren't they? But the main thing I wanted to talk about, since Starmer's gone and the sort of media have been more freed up to talk, and there has been a lot of scrutiny on Nigel Farage over the last couple of weeks. It turns out he's been reported to the Parliamentary Standards Commissioner for a second time for lobbying for crypto. This all ties in with the Christopher Harborne stuff. First, the £5 million is a donation, gift, bung, whatever you want to call it. That's being investigated, and that's the one I think is about to drop next week. And then now I think the Conservatives or someone else, Labour maybe, have reported him for lobbying because he went to the Bank of England, which I wrote about last September, but nobody paid any attention. And then The Guardian wrote it as their article 2 weeks ago. But anyway, they wrote almost identical article what I wrote in September last year. It's very frustrating. But at least the objective happened, as in he's been...
Claire, that's why you're not allowed to buy The Guardian anymore.
Yeah,
I told you.
I was a little bit miffed, to be fair, but the end point is still the same. So, he's been reported for lobbying because he went to the Bank of England last September with the sole objective of pushing Tether as a stable coin, crypto coin, into the Bank of England. Christopher Harborne.
I might be getting the name wrong because I'm not entirely sure who's head of the Bank of England now, but assuming it's Andrew Bailey still.
Andrew Bailey, yeah.
Yeah. Would it not be on his shoulders to go and report that? What am I missing here?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
not acceptable for somebody with his amount on his salary with those responsibilities.
Yeah,
and he's got some little con artist nibbling in his ear. Fuck off.
Yeah, because he had Tice and Farage doing it. Yeah.
Right. Well, he's on my naughty list.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Actually, I never really thought about that. Bailey should have fronted up with that and said, this is what they said. I mean, it's a private meeting, but he's a politician, so it's in public interest. So, he should have done that. Yeah, that's pretty bad form. But anyway, we'll see. I don't think that'll come to anything because I really think this £5 million will get him a suspension anyway. But we'll see how it goes. But since they've sort of Starmer's gone and Burnham's flavour of the month, the scrutiny has been turned up on Farage, and I was listening to Lewis Goodall's in for James O'Brien this week on LBC, so I put it on the other morning. In fact, I think my mum texted me and said, "Oh, Lewis Goodall having to go about Farage's money," so I thought, "Oh, I'll have a listen." But it was it was the day it turned out the new register of interests had dropped, and it turned out that Farage had declared £270,000 from direct bullion, another 270. Again, not new information, stuff that we've been talking about and writing about for about a year. Lewis Goodall was going, oh, this is like absolutely brand new information. Like, I can't believe Nigel Farage makes all this money outside of it. I mean, he was acting as if he didn't know that Farage rakes in millions outside of Parliament. And I guess some of that, if you're presenting a phone-in show, you have to put on a bit of an act to get people to phone in, right? But Lewis Goodall sort of paints himself as this incredibly knowledgeable political commentator, and he does have a really fearsome brain on politics and the history of politics, and
Sometimes.
he knows, when it suits him. And I guess, as I said, you have to be a bit of a shock jock on the radio to bring people in. But the fact that you're sort of pretending that you didn't know about this stuff, it kind of made him look really silly. But he went on about, and he said something about Keir Starmer's glasses and the story around that. He got £2,300 worth of glasses and clothes off of Lord
Pretending
Ali.
not to know what a false equivalence is.
Yeah, but that...
Where'd he go to? Oxford, was it?
He did go to Oxford, I think. I think he came...
He doesn't know what a false equivalence is. Fuck off.
Yeah,
not you, obviously.
Yeah. But he was saying, I thought... He said, I think the Keir Starmer story about his glasses was overblown at the time. I was like, that's bullshit. I could easily find an episode of the newsagents where you lot are going on. And one of my followers on Twitter sent me a DM of the transcript of what the very episode of them taking him. Oh, I can't believe he's been given this. It's cash for access.
Contrarian. Contestry for cash.
And we've talked about him before.
Do you know what? If none of it really mattered, I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It does. And it's affected people for nearly 20 years now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So it's just that...
Although, off the back of that, I would like to say that I spent a very enjoyable hour or so before actually I nodded off, to be honest, listening to Richard Bergen's debate over second jobs and having them banned.
Have you heard that?
Oh, now, if you want to go and listen to some common decency being spoken by politicians, which I'll be honest, I haven't experienced probably ever to that degree.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Other than watching select committees with Labour politicians that turned out to be totally fraudulent once they were in power, obviously. This was just, there was nobody arguing for second jobs because there is no argument. It was just everybody speaking out against them, and it was just fucking delightful.
Oh, that's
so
interesting.
If you want to go and I highly recommend. I think it's on Parliament TV, but I think you can YouTube it now.
I'll find
it was just dead nice to hear people saying good things because
normal, decency.
It's right and honest, about how 93 grand is a really healthy salary, plus whatever bonuses you get for all your committees on top and all the rest of it. Shut up.
Up to £230,000 a year in expenses if you need it as well. I mean, nobody should struggle on that. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, and obviously Farage was publicly invited and publicly didn't show up because I don't think Farage has been in Parliament since... When did we come back from recess? I don't know, about few weeks ago. He's not been there once.
He's hiding field, isn't he? Since Sally Nugent upset.
He's hiding. He definitely is. But then, I did something about that Raheem Kassam reply to me, and I said something. Initially, I quoted him, and he said, I spent the last 7 days with Nigel Farage, and he works hard and all this. And I said, that's interesting. I think maybe we should go and find out where he should have been or where he said he was. And then he said, London, I'm not even going to repeat it because it's not very nice, ableist slur. But I think he realised maybe he'd dropped him in it because it's like, how are you spending 7 days with Nigel Farage? That doesn't seem right to me in any way, shape or form. And why the fuck is he not doing his job? Yeah, I did. Oh yeah, definitely screenshot.
Clever boy.
Yeah. Yeah. If he does delete it, I haven't had a chance to go and look at try and tally it to what Farage said or did, but I will at some point. But yeah, it's just I don't know. There's no coincidence really in the timing from Farage taking flack now. As I said, Starmer's had his time, and we're in a kind of sort of limbo until Burnham moves into position, and then we see what happens. But
2 weeks away or something.
Yeah, it will be
17th, was it?
There or thereabouts. No, that sounds right. Don't know what the actual calendar date is, but it's about then.
It's the 3rd today, so it's 2 weeks today.
Yeah, that makes sense then, doesn't it? That's 17th Friday. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, I think so.
Go move into his Move into the house and go down to Chevening for the weekend.
All right, but he won't. He won't, because he's going to have a number 10 in Manchester, according to his speech.
Well, I mean, that's caused all sorts of murders, hasn't it?
Yes and no, but yeah, it has.
I mean, it's good for us if there is one, because it's just there.
Yeah, around the corner.
Because I said to somebody this week, I'm now, for the first time in 20 years, I'm a bit like, I don't mind living in London again, you know.
I said that a few weeks ago. After
Took me 20 years to get over it, I think is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to open his number 10 in the north in Deansgate, or just off Deansgate in Manchester, and apparently
it's identified. What?
Well,
let me tell you,
Lucy Powell put a tweet. Lucy Powell put a tweet out yesterday or the day before, after find it, saying, Andy and I have been working on this for a very long time. The location's going to be such and such. Yeah, exactly. Lucy Powell.
Now, that's what we call a conspiracy theory proven.
Yeah, that's pretty shocking, isn't it? Like a proper.
That's a drop in a bollock, that, love.
Here it is. Oh no, that's about. Oh yeah, so Andy Burnham's planned location for number 10 North will be a formal retail park in central Manchester. Oh, it's not Deansgate. I've got that wrong. Lucy Powell says, Bev Craig, with a bit of help from me and Andy, have been working for a long time on the digital campus on Great Ancoat Street in New Islington. Not that this will be the home of number 10 North. So yeah, she's let the cat out of the bag there a little bit. Bev Craig being the new Manchester mayor, potentially. Lucy Powell and the current Manchester mayor have been working on this together for a while. So
we hope Geraldine gets it. That'd be hilarious. Well, no, I mean, it wouldn't. It'd be a safe pair of bloody hands.
Geraldine Coggins, the Green candidate, absolutely. I don't know about Andy Burnham yet. There's something doesn't sit right with me about it, the whole thing. It's weird. It's the way he's just assumed the position without having the position. Like, he was on Andrew Marr the other night being interviewed. He was talking about this and that as the Prime Minister. He was talking like being the Prime Minister. And like, you're not the Prime Minister.
Manchurian candidate.
Yeah, possibly. Like, he's been activated. I don't know. It's weird. Just something really sinister about the whole thing. I mean...
Well, I know what you're saying.
I don't know. I hope he does well. But
the thing is, to turn it into a sporting analogy, Labour have got nobody else on the fucking bench. He's it. He's literally it.
Yeah, you're right. There is.
And I'm a little bit suspicious, you know that.
Yeah.
But on this, I'm a bit like, well, what else are they going to do? Throw Wes Streeting in for a laugh?
I just think, well, I don't know if there's going to be any point in it, in the whole thing, but yeah, obviously he's the only kind of credible replacement they have, because he's, as we talked about last time, the sort of populist centrist. He knows he's good at speaking. Oh, sorry, flies again. He's a good speaker. He comes across well, although he's rankled quite a lot of people this week with his little videos he's been doing. He's been doing little short videos, but I mean, he's trying to mimic people like Obama and Mamdani and doing that sort of touchy-feely kind of politician thing. I'm not going to
be able to. You see, Barack Obama's one of the biggest warmongers America's ever had, if you're going to count proxy wars. So let's not fucking do that. He's not going to be able to be Mamdani because he isn't that type of person. Zach Polanski is that type of person. So he can he can do all the dad jackets he fucking wants and smiley faces, and it's annoying because he is a good-looking man. I don't like that, because it's very annoying, because it endears people.
Yeah, it does. It does. I just mean in his presentation, the way he presents, and he's doing these kind of friendly, kind of man of the people kind of thing, which I'm not sure he is.
Trained by professional fucking psychologists and manipulators.
Yeah, exactly.
To manipulate people. Sorry, yeah, because one day I'm just going to blow up.
The microphone explodes.
Spontaneously combust
and go on fire. Oh no! Don't. Yeah, we'll just find your boots, smouldering pair of shoes on the floor. Yeah, smouldering pair of Crocs.
She had a sad life, bless her.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't know. There's just something that isn't sitting right with me about the whole situation. It just doesn't feel right. It feels like he's already been like when Andrew Marr hated Keir Starmer, fine, whatever. But the way he spoke to him the other night, it was like, oh, he's like this great white hope, great white knight. The big hope for the future.
Well, if Andrew Marr thinks that, then we're definitely in fucking trouble.
That's it. He's a Tory.
Because Andrew Marr is establishment.
Yeah, exactly. And I just wonder, like, very few people have been picking apart what he's said because he's been contradicting himself quite repeatedly. Like he's said, well, not contradicting, but he's sort of talking about doing all this house building, devolution on steroids, all this sort of stuff. Where's he going to get the money from? Because he's already said he's sticking to Rachel Reeve's fiscal rules, which means he's got no money to spend. I know there are little plans about sort of, you said to me about council tax and things like that, but that's not going to raise billions.
Council tax and inheritance tax he was going to fanny about with, but
yeah, and then he's talking about another.
I mean, him and Lucy have been working on it for such a very long time. It could be anything.
No, it could be. But then he said a couple of days ago he's going to ban Palantir from the NHS. I thought, amazing, obviously. Absolutely amazing thing that has to happen, but that would cost him conservatively £3 billion, £4 billion, £5 billion in buyouts.
That has got fuck all to do with Andy Burnham. Just bear with. So no, as per Phil on a different bias, people were already concerned about some US tech firms handling British personal data, but the US Supreme Court has now abolished independent oversight for the protection of that data. It may now be technically illegal for the UK government to allow the transfer of our data to America. So they have to cancel the Palantir. It's not Andy Burnham.
I did see that. Yeah. One sec. Yeah, I did see someone else mention that as well. It's like a GDPR thing, and I need to look into that more. But I mean, Phil knows what he's talking about, doesn't he? So,
I mean, I do personally now know a GDPR stato. If you wanted to get somebody in to grill him,
well, that'd be interesting. Maybe, yeah, might be worth it. Put him in the lineup queue for our.
I can supply him, and you know what to ask him, and he can answer the questions. So that's teamwork, isn't it?
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, that would be interesting, I think. But I think the problem with the removing Palantir from the NHS, and I wrote a huge article on Palantir earlier in the year, because Palantir has been part of the NHS since like 2014 or something, or maybe even earlier, 2011, something like that. And they built this NHS federated data platform, which means it's this sort of connector between all bits, well, supposedly all areas in the NHS. If Burnham or anyone else is going to kick Palantir out, they have to rebuild that from scratch. Palantir aren't going to let them have it. They just won't. So then the effect of the NHS IT system is going to be kaput. And you'll have to, it's just the money involved in removing Palantir. And that's what I wrote in my article in January. I said, extricating Palantir from our country would take a lot of money and a lot of time. A very worthy ambition, and I sincerely hope that he can do it. But it's just
could
this money
recoup it back from like some sort of, I don't know, AI tax or something.
Yeah, someone said to me you could just use the money that they make in car park charges. Yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, an AI tax would be interesting. But it's just, I hope he can do everything he's saying, because everything he said I agree with. I just don't pragmatically see where he's getting the money to do all this from. If he's going to stick,
he's going to have to lay it out in 2 weeks, isn't he? So.
Yeah, exactly. He's not got long left.
But lest we forget, money is a tool. It's not oxygen or hemoglobin or DNA or anything.
It's not, but
it's a tool that we all create.
If they don't have it, they can't work, can they?
They don't have it because they've been giving it to people to dump offshore and hide.
That is
except
very true.
for all them. Oh, again, I've been watching some Me Explorer videos this week. Just something that's just not remotely connected. And I can just watch it. And mansions all over the fucking place in London.
Yeah.
Wentworth Golf Club. Bruce Forsyth's fucking house been sold on to a developer. It's still sitting there doing fuck all. And then there's one few roads down, absolutely enormous, with buildings all over the shop, connected to the Epstein thing.
Oh, right.
No, there's a central house, and there's like loads of little outbuildings that are like living roomy type places.
Yeah, mini cottages type thing.
Yeah, but with just one room in it.
Oh, okay.
With sofas and beds and stuff, but lots of them. And then a central house with no bedrooms. Riddle me that.
Really?
Yeah, apparently that's in North. Oh no, that was North Wales. That one, I think he said, or Wales. But just these properties are everywhere. Why do we not say, right, you can have an empty property for a year and then we're having it?
Yeah,
that's where we are now.
Seems fair. Talking like Buckingham Palace, we're going to spend public money of up to about £500,000 on
it's
about
insane.
£500 million on revamping Buckingham Palace. Nobody lives there, do they? I mean, staff.
No, exactly.
But
boot the bastards out.
Yeah.
Make it a tourist thing. Work for Versailles.
But yeah, exactly. Make it a museum and an art gallery. 100% exactly like Versailles. Yeah, why not? Sorry, just one last thing. Another thing that I'm uncertain about Andy Burnham is there's rumours abound Westminster this morning that he might bring back. Oh, he's got to find a new chancellor, right? And who's the most unlikely ex-MP that you could possibly imagine, Labour MP, clearly, that he might bring back as chancellor? There's been talk about David Miliband.
You see,
Ed Miliband.
Oh, that's upsetting.
But not them.
Because you said least likely. And I'd have said the person in my brain is most likely. Is he bringing Brown back?
No.
Oh, fuck.
Ed Balls, apparently. As Chancellor. That's the rumour today.
Out of here.
That was the rumour this morning.
That little GMB bunny. Yeah. Kiss me ass. No.
I'm sure it's probably not true, but that was quite a strong rumour that was going around this morning about Ed Balls being brought back.
No,
he needs to steer clear of
Gordon Brown.
Back. Yeah, that I can understand.
That'd be a sensible choice.
A stupidly intelligent financial brain, yeah, that would be a clear choice. But anyway. But
I don't suppose Gordon Brown would hold with the things he wants to do, would he?
Yeah, probably not.
No.
So I think that's enough Manchester stuff for now. But we'll see as things progress over the next couple of weeks, not years.
A little break from the news. I've got some good news.
Yeah.
A little bit of personal good news to show everybody.
Mm.
Look at that! My little bunch of Chanteray carrots that I just did pull out the tub.
Lovely.
Yeah, unfortunately, I fucked my potatoes.
Oh,
I got a bit too impatient, and not up to Sally's this week now. I'm
never going to live that one down, am I?
Well, I was looking at the man on the YouTube telling me when to harvest them, and he basically said when the leaves start going yellow and it falls over and it looks knackered.
Okay.
And mine was falling over, and they're all falling over and they look knackered, but too soon.
No.
Didn't even have skin. What came with like teeny tiny little things with no skins on. So. I mean, they were only supposed to be Charlotte potatoes, but nevertheless, I buggered it up. So still got 3 that might be successful if I leave them another 6 weeks.
Yeah, carrots look good though. They look lovely.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I've got a stew to make later. So.
Oh, lovely.
For the slow.
Cool. So
yeah,
what else you got?
Oh, I wanted to touch on a Major Jason Watson over in America. Very brave man. Just bear with so I can go to my bookmarks.
Yeah, I don't know about this.
He is decorated.
That?
I want to say airman.
Okay.
Because I'm being previous. Where's my bookmarks? Right, he is not there. There we go. Major Jason Watson is a graduate of the U.S. Air Force Academy, a career logistics officer, a NATO officer, and a decorated veteran who toured who volunteered for a 365-day tour in Afghanistan and later served in Kuwait and Iraq.
Wow.
He led personnel across multiple countries, managed billions of dollars in military assets, and served as a sexual assault response coordinator to support fellow service members. Defense Meritorious Service Medal, Meritorious Service Medals, Joint Service Commendation Medal, years of service to this country and to our allies. And he made a speech yesterday that I will play, if that's okay.
I, Jason Paul Watson, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I'm about to enter. So help me God. When the President of the United States orders military action against foreign countries, absent an emergency scenario, to Americans for medical care and disaster preparedness, and by far most tragically, resulted in the deaths of hundreds of thousands of the world's most impoverished people with inhumanely abrupt cessation of U.S. aid. When the President of the United States directs the Department of Homeland Security to deny hundreds of people any due process before illegally detaining them and sending them to a foreign prison notorious for human rights abuses, that's a violation of our Fifth and Eighth Amendment rights. Most people sent to CCOT with statements by high-ranking cabinet members also violating our Second Amendment rights. For this, the President and Vice President must be impeached, convicted, and removed.
He was then led away in handcuffs to the brig and is awaiting court-martial.
It's crazy. Yeah, I just as it was playing, I just pulled it up on NBC. Yeah, there's a picture of him being arrested on the Capitol steps. It's just absolutely
for speaking the truth.
Madness, isn't it?
Free speech, what?
Yeah, exactly. What's their excuse? Have they got an excuse? Can't be arrested just for talking.
Oh, I mean, did you hear him mention CCOT?
Yeah, I did. I'm just
they
Capitol
can do
Police.
What they want now.
Capitol Police said in a statement that it is generally against the law for the public to demonstrate on the House steps unless they're with a member of Congress. That's what their excuse is.
He wasn't the public. He was literally in his uniform.
Yeah, I can see the picture of him in
just serving airmen.
Air Force Major with a lot of medals. Yeah, that's shocking. That's
Speaking
really, really
absolute
shocking.
Truth to power.
Yeah, called for them to be impeached.
Controversial.
No, not really. It's nothing that we shouldn't.
Truth.
That everyone knows. Yeah, exactly. It's just.
So I cut it off a bit early.
No, it's fine.
In the full video, it says I think it says they should be impeached and charged.
On his placard thing, it says impeach, convict, remove. The removal coalition, which he was part of, I believe.
But these people give me hope because good people keep standing up, and ideally not shooting people dead. But
someone that high level in the Air Force is prepared to stand out, speak out rather.
It's like that other guy. Do you remember a few months back? Who was they were doing some sham trial in a court in America, and a guy went in full military get-up and basically started shouting "Free Palestine." I can't remember exactly, but he ended up.
Rings a bell.
They dragged him out, and he was clinging to the door jamb, and they broke his fingers, trying to get him out of the door.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Crazy.
But it's all part of the same fucking psyop. It's madness.
Yeah, it's odd.
But I do think that it feels like the scales are starting to tip back the other way now, and not least because of all the Supreme Court judgments that have gone against Trump in the last week.
He's had a lot,
Like his court, as he calls them, have been continually ruling against him now.
They have.
And it just, with Farage being given his marching orders, and with various things like Burnham having to get rid of Palantir, even though it's not like his choice, it's just because of the High Court ruling
process.
Really. It feels like maybe we've got a fucking chance at a bit of respite. I mean,
I hope so.
Everything humans do goes in and out of vogue. Everything.
Yeah. Waves.
And psychotic politics is no exception. Thank God.
True. We're due a repeat of the I talk about, I bore people about this in the pub, but like, I think I've probably talked about it on here as well. The 60s being a transformative, positive decade, and the 90s being a transformative, positive decade. We're due another one at some point, so let's hope it's
in the 30s.
Well,
we're going on 3s there, yeah.
In 3. Well, no, then it would be the 20s, wouldn't it? So every 30 years. But I don't know if it has to follow that pattern. But I think we're definitely due some.
Shop.
Yeah, I know. Get on
Jesus
with it.
Jesus Christ.
You're 6 years too late. No, I think what you just said is like the waves of, ebb and flow. It has to happen. There has to be a more positive turn at some point. And there are some signals there, as you just said, and you just laid out. So yeah, it's let's hope for the best.
Also, did catch Martin Lewis being a bit of a hero at a select committee meeting. Where I need to go and look at it properly, but the clip I saw, he was arguing that basically, and we've talked about it before, that the water companies, not just that, the old utility companies have got this register for vulnerable people. That means absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah, it does nothing. Yeah,
he said some vulnerable people leave hospital and they've got a bailiff on the doorstep when they get home. So what's the point of them being registered as a vulnerable person if you're still doing that?
Yeah.
But it's nice to hear it being talked about openly by somebody with a brain. Woo!
Yeah, he does seem like a good
start.
A good egg, Martin Lewis, and he does stand up for people and take people on, especially in government. He's got such good contacts through government, so they do tend to listen to him, which is hopeful. Yeah, that's good. That is nice. Bit of positivity from Martin Lewis, hopefully. So I got.
We need to talk about the bloody Wigan wrong'un, don't we?
Well, yeah, Lisa and Andy. Right. So yesterday, for those who don't know, she posted on X that her personal account and her department's account would no longer be active on X and only on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So pretty much specifically Meta platforms owned by Meta. I fell into the trap like pretty much everyone else did on Twitter of saying that this is ridiculous. This is your job. You should be regulating this. Actually, yes, but mainly no. It's actually Liz Kendall's job, and she's flown under the radar on this. It's the Department of Science, Information Technology, is that right? Innovation and Technology. And Liz Kendall reads that. In 2023, Ofcom was moved into the DSIT rather than the DCMS, which is Lisa Nandy's department, Culture, Media and Sport. So we have been giving her grief for a while about it is her responsibility, media regulation.
It'd be really helpful if she did a job by, I don't know, coming out making a statement about it.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think it's such a performative thing to do, but it's just an admittance of failure, isn't it? You know, yeah. I've given up. Because although, yes,
it's all right for you losers, I'm off.
Technically, the Online kind of Safety Act falls within the Department of Science and Innovation Technology, but Ofcom is part of the DCMS. Does oversee a lot of the media broadcasting, public service media, and creative industry. So that that X and social media is wrapped up in that. So the fact that she's just gone, right, that's it, we're off, we're not posting here anymore. It's just, I couldn't quite believe it. I couldn't get my head around it. It was like, me and a million other people, including, serious people like Carol Cadwallader and things like that, going, what the fuck are you doing? This is unbelievable that you're just giving up on X.
It's an abdication of responsibility, isn't it?
Completely is. It really, really is. And I just think, so Ofcom are the overall regulator. Ofcom have got such a ridiculous remit of regulating everything, including the whole internet. But now Lisa and Andy, as part of that piece of that puzzle, has just said, nah, fuck it, I'm off. Yeah, go and do what you want on X. It just remains the Wild West. And
while being a cryonist weapon.
Well, yeah, there is that, definitely. But the fact that she said it's so full of disinformation and go on.
Sorry, I just remembered something Lucy Powell did this week.
All right, hold on. Come back to that in a second. But yeah, I was just going to say, last thing, but was that she said her reasons was that it's full of disinformation and it's just a cesspit of lies. But actually, X is only 4th on the list of the social media channels. I'm not defending X. X is a fucking hell site. But TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube are ranked much higher for disinformation than X is. So she's jumping from one to one worse platform.
She's not avoiding disinformation. She's avoiding getting a kicking from people who can't stand her because she's a terrible human being.
Well, I just think it's shocking. She just can't be asked. Anyway, that's it. Lisa and Andy, do your fucking job. Sorry, what about Lucy Powell?
Oh, I'm just trying to find it now. The actual cheek of the woman. I'm going to read it to you. I'm just going to try not to throw up on my own throat.
Okay.
I mean, I don't even know who they are. Labour Friends of Palestine and the Middle East tweeted.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you at Yvette Cooper, at Lucy M. Powell, at Hamish Falconer MP, and 2 other people I don't know, and the PLP for joining our annual summer reception last night, and to our co-chairs Sarah Owen and James Asser. We reaffirmed our commitment to peace, accountability, and a 2-state solution. Did you? Because all of those people you're quoting take money from Israel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hamish Falconer has just been chased down the street by Declassified because he wouldn't answer the question. The nepotism addled twat.
Yeah. He was up in Parliament the other day having a go at Jeremy.
What are we doing?
They accused Jeremy Corbyn of being anti-Semitic in Parliament yesterday.
Yeah, off the back of fuck all.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. Because he was pointing out
the worst.
The genocide.
Like,
yeah, that's such hypocrisy.
Sorry. We also welcomed 6 students from Gaza who had won scholarships to study here in the UK. Our theme, the future of Palestine, could not be better summarised by the talent and resilience of these individuals. And there's a photo of Yvette Cooper meeting them. What the fuck is that?
Yeah. The fact that they're part of Labour Friends of Israel and Labour Friends of Palestine and selling Israel war weapons to destroy them. Go on.
Yeah? What you're saying?
Oh, right, yeah. It's just mad, isn't it? It's just like there's no logic to this. Like we're basically playing both sides against it. They're playing both sides against each other and making bank no matter what happens on either side. It's just mad and disgusting. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that thing with Lucy Powell. She's a hardcore wrong-un, but she's obviously going to be part of Burnham's plans if she's been planning the number 10 of the North with him. So, yeah, it's gross. Anyway, let's end on happy birthday for tomorrow for America. It's America's 250th birthday tomorrow.
Little babies.
Yeah.
I wish they'd fucking behave like it.
And their great state fair is not having much luck at all. There's CNN.
It's shameful.
Fox News put a live broadcast with the studio with it behind them. And at one point, for about half an hour period on Fox News, there was not a single person in the shot behind them in the Great State Fair. Nobody at all.
There's nothing there. There's just empty rooms.
Yeah.
And a Ferris wheel that occasionally works.
And all the kind of manufactured Trump sort of arch thing is starting to crumble and fall apart. Even the stage yesterday, there were some dancers on the stage dancing to nobody. Parts of the stage literally fell down.
Falling off.
Yeah, nobody was hurt, thankfully, but massive big bits of the stage were just collapsing. Yeah, easily. Luckily, nobody got hurt. So, I mean, it's a pretty big metaphor for Trump's kind of whole presidency, isn't it? But yeah, I've got this horror. No, I'm not even going to jinx it, but I just hope it all goes off. They said they're going to have like presidential level security for the fireworks tomorrow. So fingers crossed that all goes.
President who keeps getting shot at, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Security.
Maybe not that president. Hopefully maybe previous presidents, yeah.
Just fucking aim better, lads.
I hope nothing bad happens. Because it just would be that sort of date that people might target, wouldn't it? But,
I mean, that's fine. All I'm going to say is, I don't fucking care. Because anyone who's going to be there is going to be a MAGA. So.
Oh, no, I just don't want like a terror attack or something like that. That's all I want. I just hope nothing like that happens.
They've seeded the field very much themselves there, Don.
Well, yeah.
Any attacks will be entirely well earned.
Yeah, you don't want innocent people dying, that's all. That's my point.
There's nobody going to be there that's innocent, that's all I'm saying.
Well, cult members? Do you think cult members are innocent? I don't know.
No.
If they've been brainwashed.
Not until they leave the cult. They're complicit.
Yeah,
they voted for this.
That's a really...
The world's worst psychopath.
Oh, yeah. No, I know that. Yeah, I don't know. It's a philosophical one, which we shall leave it with, I reckon. And
not anymore.
Listeners and readers can... well, I just think back
readers?
to the Jim Jones cult.
You're going to read the pod.
You know, like the Jonestown massacre and Jim Jones and all that, where they drank the Kool-Aid poison. And there was kids died and stuff.
See Darwin.
Yeah.
Sorry. I've got to have some stoicism somewhere or I just wouldn't be able to exist. Trust me. With my emotions, Christ. But at some point, you've just...
Go on.
I mean, yeah, we're getting into a different episode now. Let's not go there.
I know. That's what I was about to say. We'll leave it on that, and we can get some people to put some comments in what they think about like the complicity of cult members, rather. Not
the way I see it is that they've caused so many other people to die that they're literally the definition of a parasite, and I have no issue with human parasites dying. I'll say that. There we go. Sewed it up without being controversial, I like to think.
Yeah. On that
we've got a happy ending with Larry and Paul, haven't we?
Yes, we have. We're going to finish off now, and yeah, we've got a great video from as our absolute one of our favourite people to sort of put in our podcast is Larry and Paul video. So stick around and listen to that. Or watch it if you're watching as well. So
sucks off dogs.
Pardon me?
No, nothing.
Who? Is this something for the
algorithm? You'll find out in a minute.
Oh, I haven't watched it. Yeah, okay, fine. It's a teaser. I haven't seen it. You only sent it to me earlier, but I'll take your word for it. Anyway,
that's all I remember from it, to be honest.
Okay, it's probably quite lasting memory. Right, I'm going to go and have some dinner and get ready for London. I'm going to London again tomorrow for a combined 3 people's 50th in London. Pride happening at the same time.
It's very thoughtful of them to have birthdays all in the same time.
Yeah, they're all, well, there's 4 of them all have a birthday within a week of each other, but only 3 of them are 50. So, yeah. But,
well done.
Yeah, so that'll be nice. Right, that'll do. Thanks, everybody, for listening and watching. We really appreciate it.
Please do give us a like if you haven't already.
We'd appreciate that
and
even more.
And subscribe and a share.
Yeah, please. Talk in the comments, because that helps us with the algorithm as well. And I do try and reply to them when I can. Yeah.
And you can go around and tell your friends that we're about 10 months ahead of the newsagents.
Yeah, by miles.
Because we are.
We have been consistently, yeah. Not a one-off. Yeah, exactly. We're there before everybody. So, yeah, cool. Right, have a lovely weekend, everyone, and we will see you next week.
Welcome to Broken News. Just leave Farage alone. That's the call from a senior group of newspaper editors and political journalists who coincidentally have ties to right-wing organisations which we are going to say aren't relevant to the story. An open letter says the media should be a bit more charitable when it comes to the leader of Reform UK. Our reporter Carl Gussett is here with more. And Carl, it does seem incredibly unfair on Mr Farage. Why would anyone begrudge him making a living?
That's our top line, is it? That he's been treated unfairly by the media.
That's the line we've been told to take by our owners, yes.
Right, well, clearly the controversy surrounds the Trump bum-tonguer-in-chief, who just prior to running for MP at large of Clacton received £5 million actual pounds.
The personal gift from a dear friend.
Yes, if you like, yeah. A friend with a vested interest in Farage being in power, of course.
Well, maybe, but the two things are unrelated.
Are they? How do you know?
Well, because Mr Farage said it.
So, if you, for example, were given £5 million by a mate, then you ran for MP and got into power, and then your mate asked you for a favour, you would
I'd tell them to fuck off, actually, yes. I would tell them to follow the well-established rules around political lobbying. I just think you're jumping to conclusions. You know, in politics, there can be smoke without fire. But anyway, you know, all of this is a sideshow.
A distraction.
Well, yes, exactly.
From what? The massive political influence of unelected tech bros? Palantir being handed all of our health data on a plate by our government. The Epstein thing for which not one man has been prosecuted.
No. It's to stop us focusing on the real issue of whether Zach Polanski paid any council tax ages ago or whether Angela Rayner cheated HMRC.
Well, she's been cleared of that.
A likely story. There's no smoke without fire in politics.
But you just said, like...
Look, all this negativity about Nigel Farage is just wrong. He is just an everyday guy, like you and me. He likes a pint, for God's sake. He smokes fags. He sucks off dogs.
What?
He's an everyday guy. One of us.
Everyday guys don't get bunged 5 mil from their mates to buy £1 million house with actual cash.
He needed that money for his security, actually. You know, have you ever had a cup of milkshake?
Oh, the world's softest material.
But thrown at you. He needed that money. Besides, when he was given the money, he hadn't decided whether to become an MP.
So, OK, then by that logic, any politician could pretend they aren't going to stand for election, get a multi-million-pound gift, and then change their mind.
Yes. No. Whichever answer supports Mr. Farage.
Right, so you'd be fine if in the run-up to election, someone gave, say, Jeremy Corbyn £5 million.
Well, he wouldn't be much of a socialist if he accepted it, would he? And we can't allow politicians to be bought and paid for.
Yeah, like £5 million.
No, like when Keir Starmer got a suit or some glasses or whatever it was. Look, the point is, Reform UK as a political party...
They're a private company.
As a private company, they have a plan to make Britain great again. You know, booga. Overthrow the establishment.
They consist of mainly old Tory MPs. They literally are the establishment.
No. Look, the thing is, the other parties, they would destroy Britain to death. You know, there'd be nothing left, just purple-haired lesbian trans guys between mainland Europe and Greenland.
That seems a bit dramatic and alarmist. I mean, why would, for example, the Greens want to destroy the country?
Well, they have all these policies, but where is the money coming from?
Wealth tax and carbon tax mainly, I think.
Exactly. Where is the money coming from?
Well, OK, fine. Well, what are reforms policies?
Easy. Send the brown people back. Cut everybody's tax. The brown people...
You've done the brown people.
Right. Cut everybody's tax.
Right, OK. So, and how are they paying for that?
Well, they don't have to say yet, do they?
Right. Well, that's all very clear then, isn't it? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What a lovely story. That's all from Broken News. You're up to date.